We're looking at all of Wall Street's top stock picks for next year. 3M, Amazon, and Dell are some of the names on the UBS list. Josh, we're going to start with you. You own 3M.
I do. I think this is like the second or third inning of a really big turnaround story. I don't have a ton of industrial exposure, but this is something that I identified as a technical breakout. And the more I looked at the fundamental drivers as to why it was breaking out, the more I wanted to convert it from a trade to a longer-term holding. And that's what I've done, and it's been rewarding so far. I think I'm in the stock like 103 or 104. So I'm going to stick with it. I do have a stop loss here at much lower levels, just in case things change. But I do think there's a ton of potential for this business going forward.
When you talk about cyclicals overall, are you concerned at all since we saw that hawkish cut by the Fed that industrials have been lower overall and the cyclical trade overall is just kind of unwound?
No, not really. I don't think the relationship between interest rates and the real economy is as well understood as a lot of other people seem to feel. We just had 100 basis points worth of interest rate cuts, and the yield on the 10-year is up 100 basis points. Somebody has to explain that to me. I'm not sure how that's possible, unless the relationship isn't quite the same as we think it used to be. I think higher rates have actually acted as a form of stimulus. I look at wealthy households and their willingness to consume going higher as rates have risen, and that's not how the textbooks taught it. So I'd be reticent to point out any sort of linear correlation between industrial stocks and the overnight interest rate.
All right, let's move on. Look at another one. Dell. Bryn, you're in this name. Shares up more than 50% year to date.
Yeah, so Dell, I think Dell is a really interesting name. Dell, to me, as a story, is more the parts are greater than the sum. For next quarter earnings, which are February of 2025, the street's looking for 10 and 14% revenue and earnings growth. But underneath the hood, their infrastructure solutions group is where people are buying Dell. That is their networking, their servers. That's where they're getting data center growth. And they had 38% growth. And so when I look at this company, you're going to continue to see that ISG group be a larger and larger part of the earnings. Right now, it's about 40%. And so I think long term, as we continue to build out data centers, which Vertiv has told you, Microsoft's told you, Oracle's told you, Dell is going to continue to be a participant, especially as that ISG group becomes a larger and larger part and the PCs continue to be a smaller part.
All right. We're going to keep going on this UBS list. Amazon's another name on that list. Jim and Joe, you both in this name. Jim, start off with you. Your view on Amazon.
Relatively new to the name, having started it, built the position in February through May. It had actually, at that time, the same price as it was 3 years earlier, so I had it at a much cheaper price, which made me happy. I mean, there's so many superlatives to say about the stock. If you think retail is going to do well as employment stays strong and interest rates lower and credit card costs go down, guess what? Amazon's going to benefit. If you think hyperscalers are going to turn to profitization, eventually that's going to lead to more monetization for Amazon Web Services. You've got logistics. You've got other moonshots. I know it's applicable to Alphabet, but really, what are you going to say negative about Amazon? The momentum's there. The fundamentals are there. I frankly think the valuation is attractive.
Yeah, the cloud story is very compelling, but I think also when you think about sentiment and positioning, this is one of the mega cap names that was somewhat unloved a year ago. And it was warranted because it had the relative underperformance to the others. More recently, and I think it's been in the second half of the year, you've seen momentum build. And now, arguably, it probably has the strongest momentum when you measure it against some of the other mega caps. So it's got a good fundamental story, and that's now being supported by a reversal in what was muted sentiment and muted positioning.
All right, we do have to go. I want to ask both of you very quickly. Concerned at all about the labor issues that Amazon's starting to see? Very small. It's about, I believe, single digits of its workforce, but it seems to be a uptrend.
I mean, pay attention to it. It's not worrying me right now. It could be a worry. Look, this is happening across many of corporate America. Look at what's happening with Starbucks. Obviously, unionization there is starting to bite. Still, that stock's been on a tear since Brian Nichols came in. I think this is something that you keep your eye on, but it's surmountable.